Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's December 15th, 2020, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the U.S. markets retrace before we have major numbers coming out tomorrow, okay? That's coming out for the European Union and for the United States, so just be aware of it. No major economic events scheduled for today. But as we look at the market, starting out with the currencies, the US dollar gains versus the Aussie USD, the euro and the GBP pretty much unchanged, really very tight range. Looking at the indices, the Dow Jones retraces altogether over 400 to 500 points yesterday with pre-market and aftermarket trading. The Nasdaq pretty much unchanged, so that reflects in the stocks. Commodities, we'll watch the gold and oil advance, both of them. Gold really tracing on its upper limit. Now, looking at the stocks, we've got a mixed bag. Amazon gains, while Alcoa retraces, which really reflect the different indices. Now, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin still teasing us at that upper range, okay? It rallies to 19,400 and then retraces. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So I'm going to just highlight this for the purpose of highlighting it so you guys realize how tight of a range we're at. We're looking at a 30-minute chart of the Euro USD. The lower limit here is 21.45, the upper limit 21.60. That means we're in a 15 pip range, okay? You cannot trade that, all right? You should not be trading that because that's really a very, very tight range to be trading in unless you're really scalping it, okay, and you're trading larger size, okay? We are trading within this range. Now, what is interesting is the Aussie USD, which has really been the focus here. Yesterday, it retraced from 75.76-ish level down to 75.07, which is about a 70 pip move. So if you did catch that on that double top here, as it made that double top, okay, a decent trade. Now, this may rotate, okay? And the reason this may rotate is because the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones may get stronger going into tomorrow's number. So just be aware of that. Stimulus package is still in the background here, okay? So that's something to also consider. And also to consider is Biden clinching the presidency, okay, to win the electoral votes. It's final, it's finished, it's done, okay? So that may add some buying pressure on the upside as well, okay, as the markets kind of take into this short-term positive news, okay? Now, the fact that we're going into Christmas next week and then finally the week after going into New Year's is something for us to consider as the markets like to rally into the end of the year. I'm not sure we're going to get that, but if we look at the various markets, we're going to start looking at gold. Gold rallying to close to its upper limit, 1841 right now. We're about 6 points shy. Okay, but we did rally quite aggressively with some decent volume here. Okay, but I'd like to see the volume continue as, you know, we challenge this 1847. This may rally back. Okay, looking at oil also, we did take an about phase from our 45 low to 46.84 right now, okay, but we're still trading in a range here, okay? Nothing really jumping out at me and saying, hey, this is a clear buy. Looking at the Dow Jones, we're going to jump straight into that, okay? Now, this is a 4-hour chart, and it looks like as if we haven't gone anywhere, okay? We've been trading between 30,300-ish level and 29,780-ish level, okay? So that's really been not such a tight range, okay? Within this range, that's almost a 500 point range, okay? Now, we did dip below 30,000 yesterday after the market recoiled from 30,300 down to 29,800-ish level, and now finally bouncing at this 29,900. Now, the street may react positively to this Biden news, at least in the short term, okay? But just be aware that we're seeing a mixed bag in the market, okay? Some stocks getting stronger, some stocks just being unchanged, and some stocks getting weaker, okay? So just you gotta stay alert as we go into this major numbers tomorrow, okay? Now remember, like I said before, we still have the stimulus package that may come into the market. The market's always like that, okay? At least in the short term. We may have, as the second wave is diminished, okay, we have the markets opening up the first and second quarter of next year, okay? So the markets are thinking quite positively, at least in the near future, okay? Now looking at the Nasdaq, not much of a change, okay? We did rally to yesterday 12,521, and did retrace, but nothing aggressive, okay? So it seems like the Nasdaq is being steady as it's taking in some of the news for earning releases for the major techs. Looking at Apple, really unchanged at 120. Amazon did rally yesterday above that 31.55 after it dipped at 3100. So that was a positive news. But Alcoa did sell off, okay? As we're looking at that, it sold off over $1. So you're seeing the markets actually rotate here. Some of the high-tech stocks getting stronger again, and some of the old tech stocks or old business stocks, call it, okay, the old school models, okay, the stock market that is, reflective of the 1980s, 1990s, okay, the stocks that are, more production based are getting weaker, okay, but it has had a decent run, okay. We have seen this go from $10 a share from October up to $23. That's double in price in such a short time period. Okay, so that's something to consider as we're looking at that. Now, jumping into Bitcoin, look at this tease. Every time we hit this 19,400-ish level, we're just fighting it and not breaking above. Okay, now we are hitting on that moving average. Okay, so this is really hard to make a call here because there is decent sell-off here, but it's not with aggressiveness, okay? It's not with tremendous volume also, okay? So this may challenge this upper limit once again as we go into the end of the year. So just keep that in mind, okay, as something that may develop, all right? It's a little bit hard as we go into the holiday, okay, and especially as we go to the major numbers tomorrow to really, take a, formative aggressive toll in the market right now. So I would, be a little bit defensive, a little bit offensive, just keep your eyes out. But, for sure, okay, trading is with stop losses, okay? That goes without saying, all right? So just make sure that you're taking into stride. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.